Hey everyone, welcome back to the THURB-cast. I'm your host, Alex Thurber, and today we're going to be doing a storytime episode while putting our creative mind to use. So, let's try and accomplish that, and let's get right into the video. So, for everyone growing up, we all went to school. And now school is a place to go and see your friends and hang out and cause mischief. Now, I had a group of buddies of mine, and that's all we did. That's all we would do was cause mischief. That's all we would do. We ran that school. We didn't care what we did. We did not care. We did it because we wanted to do it. So here, I'm going to tell a few of my favorite memorable moments of our mischief days back in high school. Hope you guys enjoy it. So let's start off with a great one. The ketchup packet. So, we were in school, and when we were growing up, we had this thing called silent lunch. It was like the last 10 minutes of lunch had to be dead quiet. I don't know who ever implemented that. Stupidest thing to ever implement into a school system. Yeah, the last 10 minutes of lunch are going to be dead quiet. Smart. But we were always the mischief ones. We didn't care. We were the ones who always broke the rules. So we're sitting there in quiet time. We're talking. We're laughing. We don't really care. We're being as quiet as possible without trying to raise suspicion. So my friend Jim tosses Connor a ketchup packet. He says, I dare you to smash it. I bet you won't. Connor was like, bet. So Jim hands Connor the ketchup packet. Now the ketchup packet is in Connor's hands. And it's one of those squared ones. It's not like the flat ones. It's one of the tubs of... It's the tub of ketchup. And Connor has this tub of ketchup. He balls his fist up in the air. And he whams his fist down onto the ketchup packet. And down onto the table. And it makes a loud thud. Well, evidently, in him doing that, the ketchup shot everywhere within a 10 feet diameter and radius. It went all over his face. It went all over the wall behind him. It went all over the table. It got a little bit on me and everyone on the table. It went everywhere. And mind you, this is silent lunch. Like, this is the last 10 minutes of lunch. We have to be as quiet as possible. But our best friend had just smashed a ketchup packet all over his face. And the wall behind him. It looked like a murder scene. It was not pretty at all. But it was hilarious. Now, this next story that we have includes Jim, me, Connor, again, the gang. This is when the gang was all here. And, you know, we all get to school early. We're all there, right? We have like an hour before class. We eat breakfast in the cafeteria. We talk. Then we go to class. And enjoy our day. But before class, we're talking. And, you know, we got about 10 minutes before class. And Jim says, hey, I have a Snickers. Why don't I just, like, put it in the toilet and like, act like it's a turd and, like, clog the toilet or something? And so he puts the Snickers in the toilet. We don't think anything of it. We go to first period. First period is good. We go to second. On the way to second, I get a notice from the office. And they want me to come down to the office. And I'm like, okay, I haven't done anything wrong. I get into the office, and guess who is there? Connor and Jim. And they were like, did y'all put a Snickers in the toilet earlier this morning? We don't know anything. We played stupid, I think. We were like, no, we don't know anything about this. Well, we're going to be calling y'all's parents and da-da-da, and y'all are going to be sitting up at the bad table during lunch. And, man, they tried to punish us for that. So apparently what ended up happening was the janitor had actually caught us doing it. Somehow. There was no one in that bathroom. No one in that bathroom. No one. So I don't know how they caught us doing that. But one of the dads that they had called had actually told the school to go get a plunger. They called him. They said, hey, Mr. So-and-so, yeah, your son put his Snickers in the toilet and clogged the toilet. His response was, go get a plunger and plunge it out. I mean, he did not care whatsoever. I mean, I wouldn't either. I would probably laugh. And the crazy thing is when they put us at the, bad lunch table, the front 2 rows at the front where the teachers stood, they put us all together at the same table. So it was just another normal day at lunch for us. And they think they're punishing us. No, they put us at the same table. How stupid do you have to be? So, the next memory that I have of us being hooligans at the school is we were in band our first year. It was like a requirement. It was like required for you to play an instrument in your first year. I don't know why they forced us to do that. But we'd walk the first period and we would try to trip each other in the halls. And we'd be carrying these big ass instruments that, let alone, were not ours. And so we have a French horn and a trombone player, and then we have the clarinet player. And so we would try to trip each other with our instruments for some odd reason in our hands. And so, I mean, we would do this every day. We would go in and they would put their instruments up because their first period was not band. My first period was band, so I just went down to the band hall with them, and then they went off the second, and I went to where I needed to go. And so every day when they would go to put their stuff away, we would trip each other. We would try to trip each other in the halls and make each other fall. There were a few trips, man. I remember one time I tripped someone. I tripped Jim really badly in the hall. And I did it on purpose. And I remember doing it right in front of a teacher. And he fell and he had a binder and everything out of it flew all over the floor. And the teacher was like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Man, I got so damn nervous. I thought the teacher was pissed. I thought she had seen what I did. I was like, oh shit, she's about to be pissed. Nope, I guess she didn't see it. There have been other times as well where Jim tripped Connor, Connor tripped Jim. And I mean, with their big old instruments. I mean, and they would just fall and... Hell, this brings me back to a time of one of our instruments was beat to hell. So one of our friends, they would have us practice every night. And we'd practice at home, for homework. And he's just told me, he's like, man, I just got so damn frustrated. Every time I'd mess a note or mess up, I'd slam it on the floor. I'd slam it on the ground. I'd slam the instrument. So by the end of the year, his instrument has dents, it has scuff marks. That thing has been beat to hell and back. So this next time, oh boy, this next one is going to be a trip down memory lane. So after lunch each day, what we would do is Jim would always carry raisins with him. He'd always have raisins in his lunch. They were like the yogurt raisins. And how this started was he handed it to a friend and was like, shake it really hard. And he shook it, and they all flew out the bottom onto the table, all over the lunch floor. And so we got the bright idea of saying, hey, every day after lunch when we're walking back, we have him shake those and they go all over the floor in the main hall. So that's what we did. I mean, it was every day after lunch. We had the first lunch. So every day after lunch, we'd hand him the raisins. We'd be like, shake it. And he would always shake them. Every single time. Every day he'd shake them, not knowing what happens. But they would always fall out of the bottom of the box and go all over the floor like grenades. It was like a little grenade. It just all over the floor. And we would just leave it. I had this one math class with Jim, and the teacher was crap. She was terrible. She had like gotten into a car accident and like restrained her neck or something. She didn't show up, and then she'd show up like in a neck thing, and then she'd take it off for 3 hours, and then she'd put it back on. She didn't teach anyway. She would just pop pills and go to bed in the class. But we mostly that year had like a substitute, and they would never, ever teach us anything. So we just screwed around. There were so many people in that class, and we would just mess around. Hell. So this one time I'm with Jim, and we're in this math class, and the teacher's not really paying attention like always. Or she had to go staple copy something or print something. Who knows? Who the hell knows what the teacher had to do? But she wasn't there. So my friend Jim was chewing a piece of gum at the time. And there was another kid in the class that we were all cool with. And his name is going to be Hassan. Now Hassan was like a class clown almost, kind of. He tried to be a class clown, but everyone wasn't laughing with him. They kind of were laughing at him. And, well, Hassan had gone up to do something, I don't know what, turn in his work or sharpen his pencil or something, but he stood up and left his seat. So Jim turns to me, he says, watch this. And he puts his gum on the bottom of Hassan's chair, like a seat where he sits. And we're just watching, we're waiting. We kind of laughed when he sat down because he sat right on the gum. We started dying laughing. He was like, what? He was like, what? What's so funny? And we're just laughing away, laughing. And boy, did he make a mistake doing this. But he goes to stand up. And when I say he stands up, he stands up. But that seat was attached to him from him sitting. It was attached to his pants. And so whenever he stood up, so did the chair. And I just about had a heart attack and died from laughter at that point. So, another thing that we would do in school is make a mess with the food. And we would basically grab everyone's food, dump it all onto the tray, get it all out of the containers and everything, and just dump it, make a complete mess. Dump the milk into the mashed potatoes, put some carrots in it, throw some gravy on it, throw in some corn, throw in this, throw in the cosmic brownie. Like, we're just grabbing things from everyone's lunch and just stuffing it all onto a tray. And we would see how messy it could get. And so we would have someone bring it back to the trash can. We would have someone take it to the trash can after it was full and see who would drop it and who wouldn't. I remember this one dude picked it up and was like halfway to the trash can, and it slipped out of his hands and it spilt everywhere, all over the cafeteria floor. I mean, it went everywhere. Everywhere. We're just sitting at the table laughing at him. But we would do that every single day. Every day. I mean, so those are just a few of my different mischiefs. Believe me, I have about 100 more in the brain. 100 more different things that we've done. Now, not many people will know the story of this when I mention it. But our next story time is going to be another mischief story. But it's going to be about the time that we got Dad fired. So, that's going to cover it for today. I hope you guys actually enjoyed this. I did too, and you know, I hope you guys get to stay and see what I get to build throughout this, because I'm going to use this world for storytime episodes. So far, we have all this land, but stay in tune. It's going to get bigger and better, so I will see you guys in the next one. Leave a comment, leave a like,